let's talk about, and that's only the first step. We're going to come back to the general plan here in a little bit. But I wanted to touch on general equipment and like kit and so on and so forth that you think would be prominent in this particular situation. I would venture to start off and say, number one, okay, for something of this, you would need a radio. This one, I will say, this is a radio heavy one.
Well, I do have.
So I will remind you before you walk out your door after I call you, bring your fucking radio.
Yep, I got my battery, my rechargeable battery, wind up radio that I will bring. I mean, obviously, the same basic stuff that in any survival emergency, you're gonna need at least a little bit of water, a tiny bit of food to start with. You're gonna need basically basic survival gear. I didn't
water,
right,
shelter.
Food, water, and shelter. Well, I mean, shelter is going to be like a movement thing, and shelter is your place for the
at
time.
The beginning,
right at the beginning. But kit wise, it's just stuff that you carry around with you.
Right. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Now we have established that we have a radio here. Obviously, we have food and water, assuming that the electric grid is still up.
Right.
So. Well, even then, I still have the generator. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Let's just assume that here we have a food, water, shelter. Now, when it comes to the point where we have to actually leave this area, what are you bringing?
I'm bringing. I mean, obviously, like I'm bringing the same type of stuff. I'm bringing the water. I'm bringing some food. And then we're gonna get in a vehicle, and we're gonna go down to the airport right across the street down here.
What are you bringing?
My gun, my knife.
You're bringing your weapons, your armor, and food.
Yes.
Water. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. That's the same thing I was gonna say.
I mean, we're gonna pack the car up. We're gonna pack the car up full of stuff because you don't know if you're gonna make it to the airport. First of all.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're gonna definitely take your weapons, as much weapons and armor as possible, because you're just gonna get to the fucking airport, and then you're gonna you're gonna load the plane, you're gonna take off, and you're gonna go somewhere north.
Okay, yeah, well, obviously, but I would venture to say that there is one other thing that I would want to have, and that would be some sort of firecracker M80 to make a noise, or some sort of noise diversionary device.
Okay, so then we're basically saying that zombies care about these noises.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm saying maybe, possibly. Okay, yeah, we didn't touch on that in the beginning.
Right.
But maybe they're attracted to noise.
Okay, so you want to be as quiet as possible. That kind of changes, like armor wise, a little bit too, because definitely you don't want to be having too much armor.
All right, yeah, let's throw that. We can throw that into a future one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just toss that out for now.
Okay. So noise, like if they're
forget about noise.
Forget about noise. All right. So we can use we can have fireworks. I mean, if you have fireworks,
I just thought. For some sort of like diversionary.
I mean,
I would prefer to leave this house with some sort of like diversionary tactic.
Well, if you have explosives, we can make some stuff.
yeah, I keep them in the fireplace.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, I'm talking about just fireworks. You can use basic household goods. Not that I can talk about it too much to make make certain things to protect ourselves with.
That's true. But I mean, also at the same point in time, you see the only problem with like fireworks and like M80s and stuff is the fuse is way too short. You need to light it, and then maneuver away.
But how long?
It's not just like light it and fucking chuck it.
How long is an M80 fuse? Or how long is it?
It's probably like 3-4 seconds.
That's perfect. It's just like a grenade.
Right, but I mean, still, they're going to be attracted right over there while you're trying to move and making noise. They'll be like, "Arr." That just draws them to you at that point in time. Don't he?
I mean, you could tie fuses together.
Yeah, I mean,
Off multiple M80s.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, you would also then at that point in time need a fuse. What do they call that? Fuse. I know there's a name for it.
Yeah, all you have to do
Fuse
is,
cord or something.
I mean, all you have to do is have a little bit of candle wax. And
Candle wax and string.
Yeah, a little bit of candle wax and string, but you could also use just like continue cutting different M80 fuses, or if you actually pull the fuse out of an M80, right? The fuse is a lot longer than you think it is. It goes into the explosives, and it's actually probably about that long, and you could tie these fuses together.
It's a sacrifice of your other M80s.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Well, you could use a candle wick too.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I would like some sort of diversionary thing, and no matter what that is. I mean, there are probably multiple things. I wouldn't want to give up the radio just to.
Right. That's true.
But I mean, the problem is with like M80 and like firecrackers is after they go off, they're done, and then they hear you, and that draws zombies closer to you, more or less. That's my only problem with that. But I mean, some sort.
Well, they're pretty dumb zombies. They might just try to wander around with the place where the explosion was for hours at a time, trying to figure out what's going on.
Are they dumb zombies?
I mean, I thought we decided they were dumb zombies.
We decided they weren't. Didn't have a cognitive intelligence.
Right. Well, I mean,
they got ears.
They're going to be the last place they heard a noise. That's where they're going to be.
Yeah, until you make noise running away.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. How far can you throw an M80? How far can you throw a brick of firecrackers?
But how loud are you compared to other zombies? and can the zombies smell the fact that you're not infected?
I mean, that's the.
Now we're getting into
like very, very finicky, semantics of the scenario that we did not define at the beginning.
Right. So can they tell the difference between the sound of you running and the sound of another zombie running?
Well, how would they know to? Well, then they would just attack each other. They have to know that they're a zombie is a zombie.
Right.
Or else they would just attack each other. You didn't think that one through, did you?
I'm starting to think that any zombie pack is going to attack other zombie packs.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right. Anyway, continuing on.
Right.
Let's go back to the game plan. Okay. Obviously, we established we're just taking basic food, water, shelter. Or I mean, we're not taking shelter with us, obviously, but we're taking food, water, weapons, ammo.
Well, if your plans don't really work out, you actually are taking your shelter with you if you're getting into a car and go ahead.
That is kind of true. Didn't think about it like that,
Yeah.
but okay, fair enough. All right, so basically, yes, at that point in time, going back to the, plan of emphasis here is pack up a car with all the shit, all the important shit, all the survival shit.
Right.
And I kind of...
That's plan B is staying with the car.
I kind of agree with you. The first place to go would be an airport.
Right. Because you're trying to get as far north as possible. Fast.
Unfortunately, okay, hear me out. You wouldn't be able to go to a major airport.
No.
Because they will all be in cities and they will all already be total chaos.
Right.
Even a lot of the smaller airports would be relatively questionable.
You really only need a highway. If you're taking a small plane, you can land it. I mean, I don't know how to fly a plane and I don't know how to land a plane, but if I'd try. If I had no choice at all, I'd try. I've done it in a video game a couple times. Not very successfully.
I hate to break it to you, but if we're on the same plane, you ain't flying. Sorry, buddy.